Hello everyone, welcome to your Medicare Monday. Today will be June 13, I believe. Hello everyone, welcome to your Medicare Monday. Hello everyone, welcome to your Medicare Monday. I'm going to cover some things in the news about AARP, the trustees' Medicare report, and how they're doing financially. It's pretty good news. High deductible health plans, basically Medicare medical savings accounts, and how Medicare in retirement has been a letdown for a lot of retirees. So let's get into it. Alright, so in the trustee report that came out in this year, 2022, they found that instead of the Medicare Part A insurance trust running out of money in 2026, looks like the funds will last till 2028. Now there is still no solution for this problem other than we'll hope the money will last. But it is good saying that now, Medicare is actually saving money faster than we thought we would be burning money. So it's good news. They say that part of it's due to having better Medicare Advantage plans out there. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we did have COVID, the pandemic happened, and that really put constraint on all elective surgeries that took place in the hospital. And then we had an inflow of federal funds to do all these testings, treatments, etc. in the hospital. So Medicare was able to save a lot of that money instead of utilizing it for other services. So that's my take on that. In the article, this med page today is geared toward physicians, so it does have a little bit different kind of an audience in mind, but what they do go on to say is that after 2028, the revenues only cover 90% of the estimated expenditures, and in 2046, 80%. So it's not like Medicare is going to disappear. Medicare Part A is going to disappear after 2028. It's just that there won't be enough projected funds for full payment to the physicians, which is not a good thing. But it's not like it's going to go down by half or go down by to zero. It's going to go down by 10% and then 20% in 2026. So we have a lot of time left for Congress to actually do something. We'll see what they do. Next article we're going to talk about is HSA. Now many of us, especially for those of you guys in Hawaii, there are no HSA accounts really. That's HSA accounts are health savings accounts. They're really awesome if you have access to them. The only problem is that you have to have a high deductible health plan, which is this HDHPS, and that means that your medical plan has to have a deductible of about $1,500 a person. That's kind of a lot, $1,500 of deductible before you get services covered. So the article goes into saying how high deductible health plans really are a problem because it creates a barrier of care. So if you consider yourself like just a little bit sick, like you have a little bit of a scratch and you're like, what, I'm not going to worry about it, my insurance is too expensive, if I see the doctor it's like $400, forget it, and it becomes infected, and now you have to go to the hospital and you have to blow your whole deductible, or you keep from getting seen for something thinking you have to pay your deductible, and it leads to a later development of cancer or worsening conditions. So they're saying that a lot of folks are not taking advantage of their health plan because it's such of a high deductible, and the HSA, they've just been using that as not a way to pay, but just a way to have another account. And that's not really what it's there for. It's made to be there for the use of paying for said medical services. But in actuality, a lot of people, number one, don't open an HSA. They have the ability to, but they don't actually fund it. They don't put money in it. Or two, they're just simply not using it because, we can argue whether they think they're going to, invest it because you can, or they just rather save it. Now, how that affects Medicare beneficiaries is Medicare actually has something very similar to an HSA combined with a high deductible health plan, and that's called a Medicare medical savings account. They are available almost in every state by now, and they're a high deductible health plan, Medicare Advantage plan, and it works practically the same way. Your deductible is somewhere between $5,000 to $6,000, and after your deductible, you pay nothing. You get an MSA, which is a credit of usually about $1,000 to $2,000 of credit, which you can roll over every year if you keep an MSA, and that will allow you to kind of use as a buffer to help pay for that deductible. Now, you can argue that if the high deductible health plan with the HSA didn't work, how would a Medicare medical savings account work? And it does suffer from the same falls or problems of a Medicare or of the high deductible health plans with the HSA. So just know that there are other ways to get medical care, but human nature and behavior of the population has shown that it isn't working. This way of kind of having to play with your deductible may not be the best way to handle medical expenditures. Okay, so the next thing is retirement. So this number went up recently. It used to be, I think it used to be $250,000 or $270,000 per person who is retiring at age 65 is most likely going to spend, and now it's $315,000, and 70% of the survey responded with being unprepared. And a lot of people are unprepared because Medicare actually doesn't cover a lot. I mean, it covers everything that's necessary, but it doesn't cover a lot of the financial risk for medications, for procedures, for a Medicare Supplement plan, for if you get a Medicare Advantage plan, for all the different incidentals that you go through throughout your life. It can cost a lot. Plus Medicare Part B has been rising. That can cost a lot. So they are unprepared. So this article goes into talking about how to compare your plans every year, which is what we do. We compare to make sure that we have a good drug plan. Medicare Supplement plan is still the best one for us based on the rates that are currently available in the marketplace, as well as your health. And when you travel, you have to make sure that if you travel outside of the US, Medicare Supplement plans will only cover you for $50,000 after you have paid a deductible, and that's a lifetime benefit. So most times, if you are traveling out of the country for a prolonged period of time, make sure you pick up traveler's insurance. If you're interested in traveler's insurance, I can give you a link to go ahead and go shopping for travel insurance. And if you are on an HMO Medicare Advantage plan or a PPO Medicare Advantage plan, make sure you know what doctors you can see when you are traveling, as Medicare Advantage plans will cover you for emergency and urgent care services, but they will not cover you for anything else. So I'll give you an example. One of my clients actually went to Florida, had trouble with his eyes, went to the hospital, admitted. They had to reattach his retina, and that service was not an ER service. Stabilizing him was. So fortunately, this gentleman had picked up, travel insurance because he has an HMO, picked up travel insurance, and the travel insurance picked up the bill for that procedure. But if he did not have said travel insurance, he would have been responsible for the entire surgical procedure of that retina retachment because he's out of network, and that's just how Medicare Advantage plans and all medical insurance plans in the US operate. Yeah, so just know what you need, okay, or know what you have, and then what you could potentially need. So, health savings account, again, everyone on Medicare right now does not have access to medical or a health savings account, because once you qualify for Medicare Part A, you are no longer eligible for an HSA, which is quite strange. And the other thing is to consider Medicare Supplement, which many of you folks are on Medicare Supplements. This was one of the way that surveyed Medicare beneficiaries said that they are able to handle the high cost of out-of-pocket medical services in retirement is by having a Medicare Supplement plan, because Medicare Supplement plans may cost you, $2,000 over the whole course of the year, but going to the hospital once and having a doctor visit, that would already have been $2,000. So it is a good way to cap your overall out-of-pocket spending and having it more manageable, being part of your already, your budget already. The last thing I want to talk about is AARP. Now, AARP is an interesting monstrosity of nonprofit or for-profit. I don't know what they are, but they have many goals. Many of you folks are AARP members. You folks I am an AARP member as well. Being an agent for United Healthcare, I get membership for free, and AARP gets paid a certain amount of dollars by all of its affiliates to lobby and to put out ads and to send or be included in their AARP magazine. And AARP is a very kind of trustworthy name. We know it. We think they're an advocacy program. Well, they are an advocacy program, but a lot of their funding, in fact, over $1 billion of their funding comes from healthcare related businesses, which can and may influence how AARP does certain things. How they look at or lobby for certain companies, how they bring to light certain companies, right? Like the media, how they are, a lot of them have agendas, right? They want to push a certain opinion. AARP, being funded by over $1 billion a year from private healthcare companies, could too be subject or be affected by said dollars. And it's just saying that AARP can or is not immune to this type of affiliation. So just be aware that AARP may not have your best interests at heart at all times. They are great. I must say they are a wealth of knowledge. They offer really good things, but it can be, when you kind of peel back their business dealings, they are funded by a lot of health insurance companies and health insurance providers. So be careful and always double check on the kind of relevancy and strength of said insurance companies that they promote within their plans. I, for one, like I said, I do have a lot of AARP United Healthcare customers, but that's not all I offer. And if in one case or another company looks like it's a better deal, and strength-wise companies are pretty similar, we will go with whichever one the client prefers. I have no affiliation to do AARP more than any other insurance company, but I wanted you folks to know, because all of you folks who are members of the Medicare Supplement plan provided by United Healthcare have to be AARP members. Not everything in that AARP membership book is or has a halo, so to speak, right? So hopefully that helps you guys keep updated. I am trying something a little bit different for my stock market updates. I will probably stop doing the stock updates as those have been relatively flat. Not many people have watched them. I'll keep doing the Medicare ones, even though not many people watch them either. But I'll be switching most of my stock things to my other channel. And if you're interested in learning about that channel, let me know and I'll send you a link. You can go check that channel out as well. It won't be posted on my retirement planning channel. This is more stock trading related news and such. So we'll see you there if you want. And other than that, have a great week. Stay hydrated, stay safe, do good things, and I'll see you next week.